Fred. Now I'm passing on the floor to Ms. Skelton again on the other two countries.
First, with regard to independent monitoring, we expressed our concern about the lack of coordination and monitoring, and in particularly the allegations of war crimes perpetrated by the Presidential Commissioner for Children's Rights.
After all those reviews, have a good afternoon. Thank you.
We were particularly concerned with the politicization and militarization of schools, and we recommended to the state that it should ensure that education is aimed at preparation for the child for responsible life in free society in spirit of understanding, peace, tolerance, equality of sexes and friendship. We addressed the attempts to rewrite school curriculum and textbooks to reflect the political and military agenda of the government.
Pick up on just a very similar point to the one that my colleague Philip Jaffe made.
There were reports of sexual violence against children perpetrated during the state's party occupation in Ukraine, arbitrary detention, ill treatment and torture of children by the Russian authorities in the occupied Ukrainian territory, attacks on hospitals, schools and educational establishment, and enforcing Russian curricula and military training in schools in Ukraine territory.
Let's see. How large?
And the committee makes then corresponding recommendations or measures to the state party, and this also is a specific section on the Crimea region and Sevastopol, where we recommend the state party to carry out effective or thorough impartial investigation into all reported cases of arbitrary detention and prosecution, intimidation and harassment, and threats and reprisals against children.
Practices that are persistent even though there's been law reform. We found often in the dialogue that we were using one type of terminology and they were using another. So there was some talking past one another, one could say. And another similar talking past one another was on the issue of fostering children or adopting children. So we were saying using the word adoption, and they were denying that it's adoption and talking about fostering children. But on the other hand, they also acknowledged that there were a lot of children who were being given Russian citizenship, which would also in itself be, in a sense, meaning that these children were losing their identity and being given a Russian identity.
Next two sessions will be in May and September this year, so hopefully we can see you up